McLaren's new 12C supercar is monstrously fast in a straight line, as quick as the iconic F1 according to the company that built both. But how does it stack up against its modern-day competition around a track? We've brought the 12C and its biggest rivals to Rockingham Race Circuit to find out. And to help us work out which is fastest, we've got Le Mans racer and James Bond stunt driver, the artist formerly known as the Stig, Ben Collins. First out is the SLS. It costs the same £170,000 as the 12C, but it's made of aluminium, not carbon fibre, and its engine is a front-mounted, naturally aspirated V8 pushing out 552 horsepower. Over to you, Ben.
So Ben's just been out in the Mercedes SLS. Let's go and have a look, see what he thinks about it. So that looked pretty quick, but pretty leery as well. How did you get on?
It's so leery. It's great. I mean, the track conditions are absolutely perfect. So it's a good start to the day. And getting out in the SLS, I think getting a great feel for it. It's got so much power under the right foot, but
yeah.
It lets slip pretty much everywhere, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you've got all the traction control turned off, have you?
I've turned everything off. You've still got ABS working very hard, and
yeah.
There's a big stop at the end of this long straight, so the ABS is really crackling under your foot. You can really feel that as it takes the load. And because this car's got the engine in the front, everything's rotating around that. So whenever you squeeze the throttle, it's just ready to let the back end go. So there's a lot of swing at the back end. So it's pretty leery.
Next up, it's the Lamborghini Gallardo Spider Performante, basically a roadster version of the hardcore Gallardo Superleggera. It weighs 75 kilograms less than a regular Spider and delivers its V10's grunt to the ground through all four wheels.
So Ben's just back in the Lamborghini Performante. Let's see how he's done. How was that?
Yeah, awesome again. What a difference four-wheel drive makes though.
Yeah.
And so all the places where the Mercedes was very tail happy, this one was getting a lot more grip from, well, it's gripping the road because it's a stiffer setup on the car, but also the four-wheel drive, just punching it through the corners that much better. So I'd be expecting to see a big, time gain in the comparison we do the overlay.
Yeah. And how did the gearbox compare with the Mercedes?
It's really sharp. I mean, you hear the engine note's fantastic, and the gear changes are really, really crisp. So when you demand on the shift, you get it straight away, which is what you really want.
Now it's time for the Lambo's cousin, the Audi R8 V10. At £109,000, it's the bargain of the bunch, but it's four-wheel drive just like the Gallardo, and it can do 0 to 62 in less than 4 seconds.
So that's Ben just finished in the R8 V10 here. It's very closely related to the Lamborghini, so it'd be interesting to see how it compared. So Ben, how did that compare to the Lamborghini?
Yeah, it's I love the R8. It's just so easy to drive, and you feel really comfortable in it straight away. And not that I didn't enjoy the other two, but you just get a real feel for what this car's telling you all the time. So, in a way, much of the running gear on this car is the same as the Lamborghini. It might weigh a bit more. I think usually you get a bit more rear-wheel drive, both four-wheel drive. You get a bit more rear bias with this car, so it's easier to manipulate on the power. You get to drive it through the corner a bit more easily. I think the first thing I noticed was the brakes on this one are much sharper initially. You get instant feel when you want it.
They're not ceramics, are they? They're regular stoppers. So
exactly.
Porsche's 911 GT2 RS is next. It's the lightest, most powerful car here, and it's wearing some seriously sticky Michelin Cup track day tyres, so it should be right at home on the circuit.
Okay, so Ben's just coming back in the Porsche now, so let's go and see what the time is. How was that?
The Porsche is the only one, you just keep doing lap after lap after lap. It's the only one that will take it without the brakes exploding. It's just able to handle the heat going into them and just take that punishment. So that's the only one I could really just keep running off laps and keep digging into the track and going quicker. So I'm pretty sure that'll have gone fastest.
The Ferrari 458 is the car McLaren really wants to beat. Its natural aspirated V8 produces 30 horsepower less than the 12Cs, but there's a clever active differential at the back to help deliver all 562 horsepower to the tarmac.
Okay, so Ben's just back in the Ferrari 458 now. Looked great, sounded great. Let's see what he thought of it. How was that then?
It's always a pleasure driving this 458. It's a fantastic car. And you feel a little bit of movement in it, so it's very, very pliable, but it's still got the support underneath it. So you get loads of feedback through the tyres. I think it's got stacks of grip, really drivable on the power. It's just an absolute beaut.
Yeah. How do you think the McLaren will get on? Can you imagine anything beating this?
I don't know. I've never driven the McLaren, so I've driven all these cars before, bar that one. And I think just looking at them, power and weight, they're going to be very, very close matched. So I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, let's go and see.
Finally, we come to the McLaren 12C. It's lighter and faster than the Ferrari thanks to its twin-turbo 3.5 litre V8 engine and carbon fibre chassis. It's got a time of 1:28.3 to beat. Can it go faster? Let's see what Ben can do.
So that's the final lap in the McLaren. Let's just see how Ben's got on with it. So how was that, Ben?
Fantastic. I've been waiting so long to drive the McLaren, so it's amazing to finally get in it and make a comparison with the best other car in the world at the moment, the 458. So it's been interesting comparing them.
What do you think subjectively?
They're both, all the cars we've had today, amazing. And the difference with this one is you can't turn the traction control off, so you get a much more pure feeling in the Ferrari with the throttle. So you're a little bit of a scrap with some of the electronic aids, but incredible to drive, really well balanced, and I think it's going to be very close in terms of just outright performance, but in terms of just driving, fantastic car, so it's really fun.
So this is it, the big test of the year. We've got McLaren's MP4 12C supercar, plus all the relevant supercars that have come out this year. Now then, we've got the times in now, so if Ben Collins, our racing driver, if he can just pop over. It's a bit of a shock result, actually, Ben. It's not what we were expecting. So the McLaren has done it in 1 minute 30.1.
Okay.
The Ferrari did it in 1 minute 28.3. So it's much quicker. It's 1.7 seconds faster. Yeah, and so you think that's really down to traction control?
Yeah, well, it's very pure. I mean, the Ferrari's very easy. You can just turn the traction off on the steering wheel. You go to CST, and that's everything off except the ABS. And it's got a very aggressive ABS system for stopping the car quickly. The difference is McLaren, it's always working in the background. That system is there whether you want it or not. And so both cars, great, great poise, but I think that's the biggest single difference.
Now, when we were doing this test originally, we thought it was all going to come down to the McLaren and the Ferrari being the fastest two cars. Now, that's actually not how it's panned out. Mercedes, with the SLS, they came last, as we thought, because we had traction issues with that one, but that did 1 minute 33.1. The Audi came next, which was 1:31.06, and then we're into the McLaren, and that's 1:30.1.
Yeah.
So the Lamborghini beat the McLaren with 1:29.92. Then it's the Porsche, 1:28.78, and the winner, Ferrari, 1:28.30. So it's not really the result we thought. Ferrari wins it significantly over the McLaren, and the Porsche comes in second place. So great result, not the result we were thinking about. But you can read about it all in the July issue of Car Magazine, which is out now.